Hey guys, welcome back to Moto Capers. Right, you would have seen in the last video where I introduced you to my new midnight black Yamaha XSR900. Absolutely great bike, but I did mention in there that I'd be doing a few upgrades. So today we're going to do one of those upgrades, and that's to install some passenger grab handles on the rear here. Not so much for a pinion passenger to grab a hold of, but more for me to be able to grab and wheel around, because as you can see there's not much to grab onto at the back of the bike, and it makes it quite hard to shift the bike around, especially when that's on the paddock stand. So I've already placed one on this side. You'll see there, it really looks quite good under there, black powder coated, but mostly hidden up underneath the seat. I bought these on AliExpress and they were about $90, so not the cheapest thing you could ever buy, but for what they are, I think it's not a bad buy. And when you look at the bike as a whole, I don't think they take away from the look of the bike at all. And if they do, well then they're easy enough to remove with just 3 bolts. So what you'll see up underneath there is how it's fitted on. So just 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. This one is the longer bolt in the middle there, and there's an aluminium spacer that comes with that. And to replace it on the other side, we've just got to remove 1 Allen screw there, and then place our handle on and the other 2. So let's go and have a look at the product that comes packaged from AliExpress. Alright guys, so as you can see from AliExpress, it comes fairly well packaged. Just open up our box, and inside the box we have our screws and spacer and the handle itself. Again, you can see it's really well wrapped, so you know it looks really good quality. I'm going to do this one-handed. Alright, so there is our hand grab, nicely powder coated, and that will fit up underneath the bike. As I said, there's 1 Allen screw to remove, and you get 3 Allen screws here, 1 which is longer, and a spacer to mount that on. So the longer bolt will go through this hole with the spacer behind it, and the 2 shorter bolts in these 2 holes, and it should take no more than about 5 minutes. Alright guys, let's go that far. Righto guys, so what you'll see is we've got to remove this 1 Allen screw that's already there, and we've got 2 vacant holes there. The plate will fit up underneath here with the spacer bridging the gap between the flange or the handle and the bottom of the seat pan. So you'll need a 5mm Allen screw, and in we go. Okay, so that's the 1 screw removed. We've now got 3 screws to put in, along with our spacer. Okay, so as I said in the packet guys, you get the 3 screws and a spacer, right, 1 of which is longer, so that's the one that will be used with the spacer, and the 2 shorter screws will go on these outside holes. So we place our first longer bolt through the flange for the hand grip to mount it up underneath the seat. We then place our spacer on, and we line it up with that hole where we've just removed the screw, and just start that off. Don't put it in too tight to start with. You don't want to thread anything, but you just want it to be started so that you can line everything else up. Righto, so that's in and started. A few threads. then grab our other bolts, obviously the same 5mm Allen key, get that roughly into position and make a start on it. Again, be careful guys, you don't want to thread this and you don't want to go too far yet. Leave it a little bit slack until you get all 3 bolts in and lined up. And our third. So it really is a simple process. Again, as I said, I don't think it takes away from the look of the bike, but it'll certainly make it a lot easier to maneuver around. And if I ever do want to put a pillion on it, which I think is probably not going to be very comfortable on the back of this custom seat, but I'll be able to, and I'll have something to grip onto. So that's that one nipped up. The center or the longer hole nipped up, and our final hole. Nipped up. Alright guys, and just like that, you can see that's our hand grip added onto the bike. Again, as I said, I don't think it takes anything away from the looks of the bike. I think it looks really good there, and it's going to make it a lot easier to move this bike around as I need to. Alright, so there you go, voila, that's that done. Hand grip now on both sides. As I said, doesn't take away from the look of the bike, but it's going to make things a lot easier to manage. Alright guys, look, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something from it. Plenty more upgrades on this beautiful bike to come. So please, if you haven't done so yet, like and subscribe to the channel for more. And don't forget to ring that little bell so that you get notified when I upload a video. Yep, this XSR900 is a beautiful bike to start with, but we are going to make it absolutely fantastic with a few upgrades that aren't going to break the bank. Alright guys, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Ride safe. Adios.